Hi, I'm Wendy Skippa, your medical reporter. I'm here today with Dr. Mickey Gordon of Gulf Coast Foot and Ankle Center. Dr. Gordon, can we talk a little bit about shoes today?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Shoes have a lot to do with feet.
That they do, and we have some great questions for you today. One of them is, what should we look for when we're buying a new pair of shoes or sneakers?
Well, first of all, you want to make sure that they fit properly.
Okay.
That the toe box is wide enough and deep enough. And especially with the sneaker, you want to make sure it's right at the metatarsal heads. For a while, they were making some that would actually bend and move at the midfoot, which would cause a lot of joint pain. Shoes are there to protect the foot, and they should fit the foot and allow proper motion. In fact, interestingly enough, many of the shoes that athletes wear, they buy very expensive shoes to prevent a foot problem, trying to correct pronation, and they'll spend $200 or $300, and the shoe isn't going to do the job. And unfortunately, what happens is if people spend $200 or $300 on a pair of running shoes, they want $200 or $300 worth of miles.
I would think so.
A study that I read a long time ago that I'd like to talk about is from the American College of Sports Science, and it probably goes back to '91. And Nike wouldn't like this on the air at all. But they showed that people who spend too much money on shoes and have brand loyalty actually wound up injured more than people who buy a cheaper shoe. Because if you buy a cheaper shoe, you don't want extra miles and you're not going to wear one that's broken down. So people need to change their shoes when they're worn out.
Okay, well, that's very good information. I'd have another question for you as well. For women, when are heels too high? Obviously, we go into the store, we find something that we like the way it looks, and that's what draws us to it initially, and then we try it on, and maybe we're not paying attention to how it feels. When is a heel too high?
Well, every inch you go increases the weight on the metatarsal heads.
Okay.
In fact, I think we actually have some pictures in the office. I'll try and make sure that they go up on my website if they're not already there. You can wear heels of 4 inches, but as long as you're not in them too long, and it depends on the activity and the stability of the heel. But
so it's okay in moderation.
It's okay in moderation, and the higher the heel, sometimes women tend to be a little bit wobbly, and they do twist their ankles, and sometimes they'll break their ankles.
Okay, all right, well, that's good information as well. Can a high heel shoe be so high that it causes tearing of the tendons?
Only if someone will twist their ankle, they can tear the tendons and or ligaments. Normally what happens from a heel that's too high, if it's worn consistently, is you actually get a contraction of the posterior tendons, which are one of the most deforming forces of the foot, as we've discussed previously.
Okay, I have another question now. Some of our viewers are saying that their shoes feel so tight after they've worn them all day that they are cutting off their circulation. Is this truly a serious concern?
Not only is it a serious concern, it's actually what actually happens. People's feet will swell during the day, and their shoe size can change by a half to a size and a half.
Wow.
That's why I normally recommend that people, if they're going to buy shoes, they buy them at the end of the day. And not only just wear them on the nice cushioned surface at the shoe store, but wear them out on something a little harder.
That's a good point right there, is that trying them on at the end of the day is really more true to what it's going to be when you're wearing them throughout each day. Okay. Another one of our viewers said that a shoe salesperson in a local store said they should buy a few different pairs of shoes and rotate which ones they wear each day. Is this just a good salesperson or good information?
It's good information. You want your shoes to dry out, and it normally will take 48 hours for a shoe to dry out. You can treat it chemically, but there's a lot of microorganisms, specifically fungus, that will grow in a shoe, so you do want it to stay dry.
Okay. Will an orthotic help foot pain?
If it's well made, absolutely.
Okay.
Not all of them are well made, and I'm sort of a stickler. I believe they should be made from a cast. I believe the doctor should do it, not the assistant. I've had assistants do it, and they did it improperly. And if an orthotic can help foot pain, it can also create foot pain.
So this is not something we should buy at the store. This is something we should go to someone such as yourself and actually have made specifically for our issues.
Normally that is true. I don't mind people trying something at the store, and it will help certain people. But you know how many degrees there are in a circle? There's 360. Let's say your foot pain is being caused because your foot is 2 degrees out of position here. If whatever you put in your shoe, whether it's made by a doctor, a podorthist, or you buy it, is 2 degrees out of position this direction, which isn't bad when you're thinking of 360, it can double your symptoms.
Okay. Does walking barefoot create foot problems?
It's a very good way to find glass and pins that people drop. I tell them it's normally the best way. The second best way to actually find broken glass is, especially in your house on your tile or marble floor, is turn the lights out at night. Use a flashlight. They'll sparkle like diamonds in a South African riverbed. But it's not bad, but it is severely painful for people who have heel pain to walk barefoot. So they're normally going to want to be in a sandal or a slipper with a good arch when they first get out of bed.
So you don't recommend walking barefoot at any time?
Well, no, it's fine. And even on the beach, people get foreign bodies in them. But if they do get that, they should seek medical attention and not try and remove it themselves if it doesn't come out at first blush.
Well, we thank you very much, Dr. Gordon, for coming in today and answering those questions. I'm sure our viewers will find that very helpful.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you for having me, Wendy.